Okay, so I want to talk about some strategies to reprogramming yourself for success in a way that the central nervous system will stop blocking you. I want to give just a list of some things that you could do real quick for those who are new. Those of you, some of you aren't, you already understand where I'm coming from with the central nervous system. I explain how the central nervous system is this friend that we all have that's protecting us from what is perceived as a threat. Sounds like a good thing, but the problem is where it gets its information. It gets its information from our environment, our history, our upbringing, and those things, if they were unhealthy environments in any way, can create a cycle that we no longer want to be a part of. But because it is the environment and the cycle that we're in, our central nervous system wants to keep us that way. That's why it's so easy for someone who's grown up poor to remain poor and recreate that, and someone who's grown up successful will grow up and be successful and recreate that. Now, of course, there are exceptions. This is a generalization. We know exceptions all the time. I myself am one of those exceptions. It's an exception just to be here on a topic talking about the central nervous system, because nobody's really talking about this. So let's talk about some specific strategies for doing that. Number one is self-storytelling. A lot of people use the word visualization, but I don't use the word visualization because visualization has never really worked for me. I've always been one of those individuals who they would categorize as ADHD, someone who can't completely focus all the time, right? So for me, what I have to do is I have to actually create stories, create music in order to get myself to a place where I'm able to visualize and feel something. And the reason this is important because feeling something, feeling what you want, can make your central nervous system more comfortable with the environments, the people, the information, and the things that you need in order to succeed at what you want to succeed at. So storytelling, for some people that's visualization. I say self-storytelling. Find a way to create these stories of you having or being exactly what it is that God has revealed to you, or whatever the next level is for you, or relationship, whatever it is. Number two, cognitive behavioral techniques. Research cognitive behavioral techniques. Find yourself a therapist. Mental health resources are so readily available right now, and a therapist can literally, the right therapist can literally help you get to the root of this faster, with more compassion, healthily, because this is a different kind of journey and it could require some help. I'm not going to get into right now why I don't take the therapy route yet, because that's a whole nother video, but therapy is there. Next, number three is exposure. Finding ways to expose yourself to these environments, to these people, to these things as much as possible. Once you can figure out what it is that God has for you, once you can figure it out, what your goals are, what is the thing that you are hoping to receive, you want to figure out where are these environments, where are these people, what is this information. Go into a deep dive and insert yourself into those environments and get around those people. It'll be extremely uncomfortable, but the sign of discomfort, the sign of anxiety, all of these things that's going to come up with the central nervous system, you want to run towards that and do it gradually. Just to, over time, get your central nervous system on your side. Number four is affirmations and gratitude. I made a whole video about how celebration is extremely important. You want to keep yourself in a state of gratitude. We talked about the scriptures last time, where God talks all the time about in prayer to Him and in petition, give thanksgiving, and how important gratitude and celebration is. Celebrate the small wins as if they're big. Celebrate the goals that you're setting. You got to be strategic about how can I get myself to a state of gratitude. Some people write their goals 3 times in the morning, 5 times midday, and then, or is it 6 and then 9 at night? Like all of these different strategies that you hear that people utilize, whether it's meditation, prayer, all of these are finding ways to keep yourself in a state of gratitude, being thankful. So that you can, you get it. Let's move on to the next. Next one is, which is extremely important, is actually taking care of yourself. We have to understand that a lot of us are not scientists and neurologists. So if you're coming from an environment like mine and you're attempting to attack the central nervous system and rewire yourself, you have to understand that you're putting a lot more stress on your body. And I learned this the hard way. Once I discovered what was going on and I got on this journey, I started noticing like my gut was always inflamed and I was always feeling pains down in the groin area and hips and joint. And I'm like, what's going on? I went to the doctor and they were just talking about stress. And what made sense to me, the doctor didn't say this is what made sense to me, was that now that I'm on this new journey, I'm piling more stress onto myself, so I can't eat the same. The fast food gotta go, the pop gotta go. I was sleeping 4 hours a night. That has to stop. I gotta exercise more. So take care of yourself physically, nutritionally, mentally. Okay, it's extremely important. You're going on a whole new journey that your body, and it's basically a whole new war. So you need to give your body the environment to be able to rest and thrive during this time. Don't put more damage on it by living an unhealthy lifestyle. My name is Seth Whitted, author of Breaking Negative Cycles, and I challenge you to challenge your central nervous system so that you can get what God got for you, so that you can reach the next level, be the person that changes things for your family and breaks negative cycles. Holla at me.